Welcome to the Dragon's Den, where 7 new Dragon Slayers have the chance to win $5,000. Who will claim the Dragon's prize? Now, let's meet our dragons. China Hansen, CEO of Little Mama Shirt Shop. Stephen Foster, CMO of Frontier Credit Union. Dan Thurman, CEO at Frontier Credit Union. And now, let's meet our Dragon Slayers.
Hi, my name's Brandon, and I have a family of 3 babies and a beautiful wife, and we live here in Idaho Falls area. Really dedicated to building a community around everything that I do, whether that's local community or whether that's a community within my business.
So I've been able to take 3D technology. I can scan a machine within a day, turn around, give that to a cut and sew facility staying here in the US, and then have that turn around pretty quickly.
I think perseverance goes a long ways though. If you can persevere, do 1% better every day, and always be improving what you're doing and how you're doing it, once again with those core values in mind, then I think you're on the right path. If you're not seeing success on your own, it's taken a long time, are you working with the right people? Do you have the right people on your team? Are you trying to benefit other people outside of yourself? That's going to drive success. Honestly, I'm a high performer. So being a high performer, I'm pretty hard on myself. So I would say initially I felt like there were a lot of hiccups, but I think overall I did what I knew I needed to do. I relayed the message that I wanted to relay. I did forget one thing that I wish I would have talked about. So the one thing was talking about a customer experience. When I built the business, I paid a very high level of detail to what that customer experience was. So the value is in our customer experience, and that's something I forgot to talk about, unfortunately.
I'm Rusty. We're with TDMD, and we're bringing you Extreme Heat. It all started with Dad. He started it. He was posted in the Navy down at McMurdo Base in Antarctica. That coupled with his life experience out logging, working roofs, he's been in the cold. We got frostbite. We froze our fingers, and he found a way to use a bandana to wrap it around the wrist, keep it in place, and it just kind of stuck with us since then. The research we looked into, there's arteries running here. It's heating the blood flow. Well, what can we do? How do we keep that heat source where we need to? All right, we'll build a band. We started working with this. We started it for snowmobilers. And then as we were working on our snowmobiles, let's put these on. Let's see what happens. All right, we're out hunting. Let's try this. We're out fishing. We're out doing things, and I'm at work. I'm directing traffic one day. Hey, this would be perfect. There's about a foot of snow on the ground. My fingers are cold. Wait a minute, I can solve this problem. But we just kept persisting. This is something that we feel could make a difference. This is something we can bring to the community and just get out there, help warm people up. The guy working the street sweepers, the guy who's fixing your water main, he's out there freezing in the winter. He's got to be able to use his hands. At the end of the day, we're already invested. Why not go all the way? Even if that means we got to hand sew everything. I think today went good. Win or lose, we got a lot of experience. We got the chance to practice a pitch speech. We've done a couple of these, and sometimes you get good feedback. I feel like today was great feedback, and I hope we wowed the judges.
Hi everyone, I'm Jay, owner and lead seamstress at the Little Gosling.
Yeah, so the textile industry, there's only 2% of clothing that's made in America. So really there's a 98% chance that everyone can be successful. So I think on a personal level, I really foster community over competition. And I think on a professional level, there's so much opportunity for everyone to be successful given the demand that's in this industry. community over competition is a really wonderful way to support other business owners, to be able to bounce ideas and really just create a wonderful community with mission-driven businesses. It's my grandmother's mission. And I just think that, being here today, at least it gives some insight toward poor ethics that are in manufacturing. I would really to tell them to focus on what they're good at. So for me, I'm good at sewing. And when I first started in business, I wanted to be, to attract so many more customers. So I decided to extend into having European wooden toys. And that was a complete flop. Staying true to what you do best is just so important. If I'm gonna not support the next generation of seamstresses or sewists, whoever they might be, then really I think it will become a dying art or a lost art. And I think nothing is lost from sharing something, because people always have a unique approach to fabrics or different styles. So yeah, I think teaching everyone is actually what I'm probably most passionate about. I think it went good. Yeah, I definitely was nervous this morning. But those nerves wore off because the judges were just so inviting and it was just so easy to talk to them. So yeah, I'm really actually proud of myself with how I did today.
So I'm here today to present the Smith of all trades. What I do when I'm making or researching new product to make, I see what people are looking for, what kind of stuff they've tried to get in the past, but it hasn't lasted. Like I make wallets too. I just didn't have a chance to show those off. But I do any product that someone's after, even if it's a vest, a jacket, I can make it. I just need a little time to be able to do it. I like to research what's popular for normal everyday use, but try to find a way to tie a little bit of the fantasy of what I do into it. So where I would love to see that growth take me in the next 5 years is fully into my own place of business, my own storefront, where I can have an actual workshop right inside there for people to come in and browse the stuff that's already made, watch what I make, and if they want to learn, have the option to sign up to start learning how to make it themselves. Because that's my ultimate goal, is I want to have that storefront, but I also want to pass that knowledge on and teach people how to do it. Never give up on yourself. Chase your dream. It's not going to come overnight. It takes hard work and a lot of time. Don't give up on yourself or your business, because it will come in a few years. In 3 years, I've gone from being just a hobbyist to a certified small business. So you just have to bite down, grit, and keep chasing it. If it's what you really want, chase it and don't ever let it go. I think today went really well. I hope that I was able to actually represent what my business is and what I do. But in the end of the day, I did my best, and that's all I can do.
Hi, I'm Sydney Sherwood, and I am the founder behind Drawn Outside. I myself love getting outside with other people in the community. An example of this would be a trail running group that I joined recently. And when I go hiking, it's always a group thing, always. The functional artwork is just to enhance the experience behind it. Yes, you can have a boring mountain bike fender, or you can have a mountain bike fender with cool artwork on it. Basically, all of my gear, it does have that functionality to it. I just love connecting with the community in that way. I use my products every time that I recreate outside. I take my pee kit with me every time that I go outside. I use my mountain bike fender on my own bike to keep mud out of my face. I take my yoga mat to the studio. I use my gear in general, all the time. The next product that I'm interested in pursuing is with a blanket company, where you could take that blanket and package it up or pack it up into a pillow. So a company like Rumpel would be something that I would be interested in pursuing a collaboration with. I do have other ideas, like my designs would look really cool on chacos. I think it went really well. I have been preparing for about a week straight. And so any nerves that I had, they were still kind of there, but they decreased as I got closer to the event. And walking in, I could tell that the judges, they're doing this because they want to support the community. So there's not really a negative outcome that could occur. The whole thing got me more focused on my business and more driven, actually. So even if I don't win, that's okay. This whole process has been just really enjoyable.
My name is Aaron James, and I'm the owner of Enso Creative LLC. I applied obviously to show more of what Enso Creative can do, and I actually have a few items that I showed you guys today that have not been showed yet for the farmers market. Enso Creative has been always doing great, being supported by the local community, but our online side has been really struggling. And so I thought this was a great opportunity to let not only the local area know, but the whole state of Idaho and the great USA know what Enso Creative is and what we do. Obviously, start off creative. Do everything and make sure that your product kind of shows a little bit of who you are as well. For me, I started off at the farmers market here in Idaho Falls, and immediately I saw the fruits of my labor right there. And I could start to point out who was my audience and how I can better cater to them as well. The thing that keeps me back the most is the most valuable resource that we have is time. Because I am a woodworker, I am a marketing agent, I am a salesman, sometimes I'm a graphic designer, and I'm an event coordinator. And then I have to add online marketing on top of all that. It's a huge thing. So yeah, Etsy, my online store, I've seen a little bit of success, but not as much as I was hoping for. And hopefully within this year, we can tackle that beast, because if we can hit that online market, there's this whole avenue of what we can do with Enso Creative. I think today went very well. I'm very excited to see how it goes, and I'm just starting to interact with all the other contestants. I've got some tough competition, but hopefully Enso Creative gets the winning vote.
Hello Dragons, my name is Ryan Dye. So the invention is called the Soothing Scent Blanket. It starts out as a nightgown or a garment that you wear at night just to get enough scent on the material that doesn't touch the baby once you transform it into a baby blanket. And it can be used for many things. I've been able to use it for sheets on a small crib or bassinet, been able to put it over a bouncer and lay the baby on it so mom can be the baby can be comforted while mom has to do dishes or laundry, or so mom doesn't have to hold the baby all the time. Well, I've seen on how much it helped me out, you know, as a dad. You know, like I said, my wife was working nights in the NICU, and then I was working days just so we didn't have to do daycare because it's so expensive. It's like I didn't know what to do. I was throwing, you know, I was pulling my hair out and stuff like that. But I laid that across him, and in 3 seconds he was laughing and giggling, and all he wanted was mom, and that was it. And so I knew that I could help a lot of people out by inventing this invention. There's going to be the lows. I've had a lot of lows with doing this, because I was a construction worker my whole life, and I've had to learn about the sewing business and the scent business and all the other stuff. And there's a lot of times that things don't go the way that you think that they're going to go. I mean, I had plenty of challenges of even just trying to get my product. You have to adjust. That's what you have to do. You have to adjust. Probably the one thing that I took from today is not be so intimidated. I come in pretty intimidated, seeing cameras and stuff like that, first time in front of cameras, and knowing that I knew all the questions. I know my product, you know, and so don't be so nervous. I love the experience of what I went through today, and it was good. It was amazing.
Next time, our dragon slayers will face the dragons. I'm so torn on this.